Alright guys, so here is our next example, and they want us to write the ellipse in standard form. So we're given the equation of an ellipse in general form here, and we want to go ahead and put it in standard form. So the first thing that we want to do here is we want to group together our variables. So for example, if I were to rewrite this, I would have the following. Right, so I'll have x squared plus 4x plus 4y squared minus 24y, right, and then plus 36 all equal to 0. Okay, so again, I just went ahead and grouped together my variables, in this case x and y, right? Now, once you have it at this point, you want to go ahead and move your constant over to the right side. So in this case, this positive 36, we want to go ahead and move this over to the right. So let's go ahead and do that. So we know we're just going to subtract, okay? So now we'll have negative 36, okay? Now, from here you have to recall previous lessons where we learned how to complete the square, right? Because that is what we're going to do here. So essentially, we are going to complete the square here and here, okay? And we're doing that because we want to factor both here and here, right? Now remember, when you complete the square, it's important that what you do to one side to the equation, you also do to the other, right? We need to balance the equation. And if you forgot how to complete the square, right, we can use the following, right, to help us. We need to be in the following form here, where it's going to be x squared plus bx. We need to be in this form. And once we're in this form, we do plus b over 2 squared, okay? But it's important that we are in this form. So notice here, okay, I am in this form where I have x squared plus 4x, where 4 is my b value, okay? Here, however, I am not. And don't be confused. I know I have x here, but we can interchange these variables. They are interchangeable. So I could write it like y squared plus by, that's fine as well, okay? Notice here I have this 4 here though, okay? So we need to get rid of that 4, so we're going to have to factor it out. Because again, we need to be in this form before we can complete the square. So what I'm going to do here, let's work on this part right here, and then we'll move on to this part, all right, and we'll show how we're going to do this part. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to get the following here. We're going to get x squared plus 4x, okay? And then we're just going to do b over 2. In this case, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4, so plus 4. Okay, now we're here. So we want to go ahead and factor out, okay, a greatest common factor between the two terms there. And we can pull out a 4, right? And that works for us because then it will be in the correct form. So we'll have plus 4, right, times y squared minus 6y, right? Again, we are in the correct form here now. So now we can complete the square. So b over 2 here, in this case 6 divided by 2 is going to be 3. 3 squared is 9, so plus 9. Equal to negative 36. Now be careful. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So again, I added 4 here, all right? And careful here, right? I didn't add 9, I actually added 36 because look, my 4 on the outside here will be distributed inside these parentheses, and 4 times 9 will be 36, so you actually added 36. So we have plus 4 and then plus 36. And again, this works out nice because we have a negative 36 and a positive 36. Those will cancel. Now, working our way left to right, why don't we go ahead and factor these guys? So factoring here and factoring here, let's go ahead and do it. So we're going to have x plus 2 squared, right, plus 4, and then we have y minus 3 squared, all equal to 4. Okay, so we are almost done. Remember, when you have an equation of an ellipse, you want to set it equal to 0. So we have it equal to 4 here, meaning in order to get rid of that 4, we need to divide by 4, right? So I'm going to divide by 4, and again, since we're dealing with an equation, we have to balance it out, so divide by 4, divide by 4. Okay, this will just become 1. The 4's here cancel. And we can go ahead and write this in its final form, and we'll get the following. So our final answer here is going to be, we'll have x plus 2 squared all over 4, right? Again, the 4 is canceled here, and we can actually write this over 1. So for example, we have plus y minus 3 squared all over 1, okay, equal to, and again, 4 divided by 4 will be 1 here. All right, this is going to be our final answer, okay? So here is the equation of the ellipse in standard form. And again, this tells us a few things because, right, when we're dealing with an ellipse, we're looking at the bigger of the two denominators. In this case, it's going to be 4. So since this is the bigger of my two denominators, this must be my a squared value. And since this is my a squared value and it's underneath the x, this tells me that I'm dealing with a horizontal ellipse. Okay, so I'm dealing with a horizontal ellipse. And I also know the center, right? So again, this is my h, this is my k. If I pull these out, that will give me the center point, which is going to be -2, 3. That will be the center. Okay? So this problem is now complete.